Hello, and welcome to our Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire commentary.
Goblet of fire!
This is one of the big ones. It's also the last Harry Potter book I read. So beyond this, my knowledge of Harry Potter in terms of the books
Is
made.
non-existent.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say is made so by you actually.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked you numerous questions, and from what I understand, the movies follow the books pretty faithfully.
They just leave a lot of stuff out, if anything.
Well, yeah, but it's still the same story. They don't
Yeah.
reimagine the whole thing like they used to do with like
Except for
books to movies when I was growing up, when it was like a complete.
certain small events that we will get to.
I love how more kind of atmospheric all the openings are now.
Yeah.
Now, I've talked to a lot of people, and I kind of hear that this one's kind of seems to be a bit of a mixed bag. See, some people really like this movie, and others not so much.
Well, they just left a lot out of it.
But this
was, again, 3 and 4 were my favorite books, but 3 is still my favorite movie, because if this one had everything... I mean, again, I know there's only so much. This movie's almost, 3 hours long, so there's only so much they can put in, but...
yeah.
It just,
This is-
it's a lot of little stuff that was really good
Well,
world building stuff that got left out, that wasn't crucial to the plot,
Yeah. And we have yet another new director. Well, he's not a new director, but new to the franchise, Mike Noel. Alfonso unfortunately did not return. But in terms of like the look of the movie, I feel like this one matches
Yeah.
3 pretty well. Again, all the Harry Potter movies from 3 on have
Yeah.
a pretty consistent look and tone. 1 and 2 definitely feel like they're in the same vein as each other.
But again, I think it's because from 3 on, it was kind of starting the whole Voldemort plot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like setting it into motion, like the stuff with the last movie with Peter Pettigrew getting away. You heard Professor Trelawney have her little prophecy, like, oh, the
Yeah.
souls will return to the master.
is that how it went? It's like, yeah.
But again, it's all kind of like the first 2 were just kind of like the fun introductory.
Well, it kind of feels a bit more world setup. It was kind
Yeah.
of setting up the wizarding world and what that is, and then from 3 on, it's more like, okay, we all know what the wizarding world's all about by this point.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's about what's happening in the wizarding world.
Yeah.
Oh. And here, who do we have here? Who's that right there we just saw?
It's the Doctor. Gosh,
Mr. David Tennant.
I know.
This is right before he got cast as the Doctor, right?
I can't remember actually.
Yeah, this is. Oh no, this has been around the same time. Actually, no, he might have been the Doctor at this point. And obviously, that's supposed to be Voldemort, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we know that Voldemort is corporeal in some form. He physically exists.
Yeah.
So this is so he somehow took form after Philosopher's Stone, right?
Yeah.
Like, because obviously he was like a gaseous, like exhaust fume thing, and that
Yeah.
that forced Harry into a really bad slow mo fall.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking, is that the worst of his magic? Like he just, just turns into really bad cinematography. So I'm just kidding.
Apparently, they both were 2005 for Dave Tennant.
So okay, so around synonymous around this time. So
Yeah.
kind of a big year for David Tennant. But yeah, no. So I do feel this movie though does a really good job of setting up a little bit more of the world too.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it is!
He's so young here.
Long before that poor man was tainted by the by being Edward Cullen from
Yeah.
Twilight. He's a good actor too. That's the thing. A lot of people give him like shit. Like, no, he's a solid actor. And probably hates Twilight more than anyone. If you ever talk to the guy, be careful the contracts you sign. That's all I'll say. Again, I like the cinematography still here too. I like these kind of. Again, notice how nothing is super bright. Nothing is super. Everything still kind of has that.
Everyone touch the boot.
This is cool. I always love this. I also love, by the way, how like you were pointing out before we started this.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that looks scary. How everyone's kind of has like the,
Shaggier, longer.
yeah,
hair.
we're too cool. We're just too laid back. We're not gonna let it grow too long.
Those
But,
fucking
I know,
fuckers.
right? But yeah, everyone kind of has that in between, kind of like, we're in high school, whatever. We're just gonna, because pretty much after this, Harry's got like the short.
Yeah.
Cropped hair.
Look at those fucking walkers. They're so tall. Like the stilt walkers.
Yeah.
The fucking little tent chimneys. That's
I love you're seeing the flags from everywhere. This actually reminds me of Wacken Open Air, which is one of the largest music festivals in the world and the world's biggest heavy metal festival. And if you look out at the sea of tents of all the people going, you see like flags representing all the different countries that people put up. So that's really cool. It's in Germany, obviously. But obviously this is supposed to represent football.
I wish we had a tent like this.
It's bigger on the inside.
I'm surprised nobody made the TARDIS joke.
It's like this tent was made to you by IKEA. Those two are such asses.
I love them.
Again, it's time. Man, look at that.
I know.
But again, if a Muggle came upon that, they wouldn't see that, right?
I don't think so. I don't even know if they could get here.
Yeah, but this is somewhere in Great Britain, I'd imagine,
Well,
right?
I guess. I don't remember exactly where it is, but...
Now Malfoy's kind of styling that here.
Yeah. I guess it says... Well, I don't know. I can't
No,
tell.
that looks now he's starting to get the...
Well, I mean, it's definitely getting lighter, but I can't tell if it's a wig like his or if it's just... They really bleached it. I mean, they can do really convincing hair, so
well,
it's hard
yeah,
to tell
I'm just
now.
saying. I do love how, like...
Also, that's terrifying.
I'm just saying, I like how Malfoy's dad was like, even he's... Because right away, what did Draco start doing? Oh, look at this. Look how great my thing is. Like, and again, he still thinks like Harry cares. And that's kind of the irony. Is like, Harry doesn't give a shit.
That's
and Draco
funny.
is still trying to impress him. I love how they do all the teams.
I know.
So they're wearing the Irish colors, I just noticed. And I know...
Yeah.
So are they supposed to be Irish? Or, I mean, I know they have orange hair or red hair, but...
Oh, I don't know, but the team they're rooting for is Irish.
Yeah, or I guess it's one of those
Yeah,
things where
it's
it's
the two
like...
different teams.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Even if it's not your team, you're going to pick the one that's more like,
I mean, I don't know. It's just the team they vote for.
Well, they're Great Britain. I mean, England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, so... Part of the British crown. See, I'm wondering if in the wizarding world in America, the American wizards and witches still do the same crap we do here in America, where we have to come up with our own sports because we don't want to be a part of the rest of the world, which I hate sports. I'm not a sports guy at all, but I'm just kind of like, what? you have a sport that is loved the world over? Why do you have to go and like make up another one that and steal their name? Like our football here is not even real football. We call it soccer. I'm just like, why? Why not just play football like as it's supposed to be? I don't know.
First introduction.
Yup. The Death Eaters. Sounds very black metal.
Yeah. It's so funny. Harry's hair is so shaggy.
I know. So again,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it every
yeah.
commentary when I always talk about how Harry Potter is very allegorical for our world, our own world. So here you have a bunch of guys with torches, masks, and tall pointed hats. Gee, I wonder what this... Who do not like a certain group of people and think themselves a pure race.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder what this is supposed to be. This is where Harry Potter gets a little American, if you know what I'm talking about right here.
This is a kids' movie, though. They can't have serious stuff.
Again, I keep saying Harry Potter is not a stupid kids movie. It's a very well thought out and entertaining, in-depth look at society. You just swap out a few things.
And a hero story, kind of. And a hero story, kind of.
Well, yeah, but again, you swap out a few things for magical things, and there you go. But I wonder how many people got this as a tattoo.
Oh, I know.
It's funny. This is like the only time I've ever seen him play a character like this.
Bad characters?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where even when he's played kind of pissy characters before, they're not like crazed like this.
Yeah. By the way, how did everyone else just leave Harry behind?
I know, like...
He's kind of a big deal, so... Especially, like, Ron, Hermione, and all them. I'm like, when...
Oh, they're calling for him now.
So you guys waited for the dust to settle to go back?
Damn. What would have happened if they would have hit them?
I know.
Be like, get that thing out of my fucking face. And I like, see, yeah, now the Voldemort is starting, well, he's going to move, I was going to say he's starting to move to the forefront. It's like, yeah, he's going to move to the forefront of the story in this movie, but you're really seeing, like I always say, people like that in history who command such power. A lot of time, it's not them actually getting their hands dirty. It's legions of followers who follow, and they are the kind of the real threat because they have essentially an army at their disposal. Because otherwise, Voldemort, yeah, he's scary. He's got weird no nose face. He's got Krillin face, and yeah, I went there. But it's but at the end of the day, the friends like I keep saying, yeah, Dumbledore in a one-on-one witch battle or in which wizard duel, which we see later on. He can win. Pretty easy, actually. But it's the influence that Voldemort has over people. It's the legions he commands. That's the thing. Voldemort's one guy, but his reach is everywhere because there's people who follow him and carry out his will. And by seeing the Death Eaters, you realize that's the source of his power right there.
Our first sight of Harry's crush, Cho Chang.
Cho Chang. Oh yeah, I'll have something sweet, alright.
She's not available. Where is she?
Which trolley is she on? I love that cat.
I know.
Bunch of long hairs. And I love now he's got, like, family. I love now
Yeah.
he's got, like, somebody. So he's done. He doesn't have to go back anymore, right? To, the,
Well, no, he has been.
has he still been going back to them? Why?
Because technically Sirius is still on the run.
But I'm just like, why do they still take him? Unless I'm wondering if the school paid them a visit. And we're like, listen.
Well, off screen or off book, whatever. I'm sure, yeah.
I'm sure they probably told him, like, listen, you're going to do this.
Here we go.
Oh, man. These would be Pegasi.
Mm-hmm.
Pegasus. Pegasus apostrophe S. Look at how I love this part when Hagrid does this. You guys have a runway?
For Hagrid. And then these guys.
Yeah. This is cool how they did this. I like this. I remember in the trailer they always used this as a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool looking ship.
I know.
Very stout ship though.
Yeah.
But it's a funny thing. I remember seeing a thing once. They were talking about how, like, a lot of these ships you see back from, like, you know, those days that you always think they're actually a lot smaller than you thought, and that movies often make them a lot bigger than. What the hell is he doing?
The fastest we'll ever see a move.
Jesus Christ, Filch. What the hell? What? That is the most awkward white boy run ever. Like, damn. Woo! AKA Harry. That'd be funny if he turned and goes, "Did you catch all that, Harry?"
I know.
Now that Harry's caught up to speed, on with the story.
Well, look how he's got his little bling necklace too.
I
think
know.
it's actually part of to keep his robe on, but
Yeah.
still. Fancy French girls.
Hell yeah. Mmm. Ils ont trop bien. No, reviens.
Even though that's not very many girls. And this random gymnast chick.
Now, okay, I know it's an all-girls school, and the next school we're going to see, the Bulgarians, all-boys school. So, is Hogwarts unique in that they're a co-ed school?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just how.
Just happens to be some of them are like.
Yeah. We're
Guys, super
we have
duper,
sparks and canes and
super duper tough guys. Look
Russian testosterone.
at us. We don't skip. We do things. Spin. Rah. I don't know if such an ad. Parkour,
And then there's just
breakdance,
Hogwarts.
breakdance. I just walk. Do you think he practices that walk like he like stands way far back at the end of his room and walks towards his mirror, you know, and like
It's
tries
possible.
to kind of feel if this is the old Dumbledore, he would just, after that whole display, he would just kind of stop and give him that bitch please look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who do we have here? Mr. Mad Eye Moody, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Yeah, he is. Oh, God, that was in there, too. Damn.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't use that fork now.
He legit just stabbed him. Damn, alright. Way to start a conversation. I kind of want to do that just randomly.
A dessert right there?
Yeah, like, let's say ice cream scoops. Damn, look at that cake. Look at that cake. Holy shit. Yeah, next time I just have a random conversation with someone, that's how I want to start it. It could be about anything, but no matter what, I'm going to just start out with eternal glory.
Right?
I'm going to go buy some shoes today. It's buy one, get one. Do you guys want to come with? See if you want something. That looked like the beam from like the Ghostbusters,
I
for
know.
example. Don't cross the streams. See, again, I was gonna say being a dark wizard sounds cool, but because I'm like, God, it's pretty metal. I know it's a bad guy thing, but then I was like, wait a minute, being a bad wizard, like catcher, a dark wizard, that's even more metal because you're going after them. I'm like, so I would want to be an animagus who can turn into a dragon, who's an aura who like hunts down evil. So I basically just swooping down as a fire breathing dragon.
What's you drinking there? What you drinking, buddy?
She's sipping on some scissor. So yes, that is my profession and skill set in the wizarding world. I will be a animagus, dragon, aura. Or I'll just swoop down and eat dark wizards all day. And burn their loved ones to the ground. No. That was that was like a Gandalf yell right there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at everyone just eyeballing it. Ooh.
Fancy.
I like how they do this, though. I think it's a kind of an ingenious way of doing it. So it's kind of like everyone's got a shot, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's a lottery system, just the goblet makes the decision. So.
Now, does the goblet just spit it out at random, or does it like somehow can tell who you are and decides if you?
It's supposed to be random, I think, but obviously, as we will find out, it gets rigged.
Well, yeah, but I'd say it's not like a sorting hat, right? Where it like
I don't think
it chooses people based on criteria, or skill set, or personality. It's
this guy.
Who we.
I'm
later...
not suspicious at all.
I know, right?
I just look that way.
I like his coat.
But see, whatever. I'll wait.
What? Say it.
Well, I was gonna say. So we were talking about it in, the second movie when they took the Polyjuice Potion. Their voices didn't change. So why?
Oh yeah. So yeah. Again, spoilers, folks. Moody is not Moody. He's
Barty Crouch. I
yeah,
think his
like
name is.
David Tennant's character in the sky. But then again, Hermione was just kind of like new at it, and she was trying. I'm sure there are more perfected
Maybe.
versions of it, or it's like anything.
Unless they have a spell to do that too, maybe.
Well, just chucks it at him too. But again, I'd imagine like there's different grades, different variation. Again, she basically made like the equivalent of like bathtub liquor, you know what I mean? So it's probably really cheap, really rough around the edges, and oh yeah. Again, and I love how he shows him all these curses and why they're forbidden, and not even just the worst one, but like even some of the more simpler ones, like what's the harm in it, and then he kind of shows you.
Cave spider.
I always thought this demonstration was funny because it starts off really sweet and kind of funny, and then without realizing it, he shows you the implications. That laugh.
But again, I'm like, still, you're not supposed to do these, even if you're trying to teach about them.
Well, I mean, some of these like you can get away with, right? Just not the worst.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically showing you, like, yeah, it's all fun and games, but there's a flip side to everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it kind of just shows you his job, like how difficult it is. You know what I mean? Because again, with all these,
Poor Neville here.
I know.
And again, they kind of touch on this, but they don't go into it like they do in the
In the
books.
books, yeah. Well, Neville's parents were kind of driven mad, right? Way too excited. But yeah, again, kind of showing you, like, you know, it's almost like a, what's the word I'm looking for like court cases? Ooh.
And again, for poor Neville, knowing that happened to his parents.
Exactly,
like,
seeing it. But again, with all these different curses, it's like reasonable doubt. That's what I was looking for. In the wizarding world, that's what I would imagine make it difficult, because it's like when you have curses that can influence people this way. When you get caught, what's to stop you from just saying, "Oh, I was under the influence of this one or that one"? And think for pretty much probably all of them, this is the first time they ever saw that.
and I wonder here if, because remember when
Yeah.
Lucius tried to use on him, I wonder if Harry realizes like
what he was going to do, because he heard like the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things that, you know, even though it's a small demonstration, they probably have never seen that curse used. You know what I mean? Like they've never witnessed it in real time. It's kind of different between seeing, you know, knowing someone could be shot to death by a gun, and then watching someone like, I'm going to demonstrate here. Let me show you this hamster, and they just shoot the hamster dead in front of you. It's like, oh shit, you know, it's, you know. But I'm like, isn't that kind of like, don't they have like animal cruelty laws even in the Wizarding?
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't think he was
supposed to be doing all that. Yeah, because I don't think they're supposed to show it to you like for real, because they are forbidden curses. It's like teaching you about, you know, it's like you teach a class on law, and they teach you about, like, hey, we're gonna teach you about like Grand Theft Auto. Let's all go out to the parking lot and steal a car. It's like, you know, you wouldn't do it that way. You kind of teach it like the theory of it, not the showing the actual practice. I like that. Yeah, it's cool. Rain. Love me some rain at Hogwarts. No, he's not mentioned before in any of the other books, correct? That was
I
kind
don't
of
think so.
strange. Like, he's like the big man on campus, yet we've literally never heard of him before.
I mean, I guess he's older.
I guess. Then again, you could always make the argument too that, like, in terms of what Harry was dealing with, it wouldn't have. I guess he wouldn't have been relevant to him. So right there, when someone says Dumbledore did it, him stop. You're done. You're done.
Yeah.
Whatever you were gonna do, not gonna work. I just love how these two are always up to something.
I know.
Even their hair is long in this.
I know.
And then everyone cuts their hair. Yeah, but if their names get picked, wouldn't they know that, okay, wait a minute, we know you guys are not that age.
Yeah, it's not going to work anyways for that reason. These two.
Look at her. Oh. I love how he's got like an escort with him at all times.
I know. Well, he's a famous Quidditch player.
Well, I know, but that's my thing. Like, so is it like cool?
Somebody's got a crush.
Oh, she ain't doing
Hey,
one.
girl. Hey, boy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, is it just coincidence? Oh, look, the star Quidditch player got picked, or is it one of those things where it picks?
I mean, I'm sure to an extent it picks like that.
Or was that just more or less like convenience for the story? Because you know.
Not just that.
I love that. I love how Dumbledore always has this really intense look on his face.
I know.
It's just cool how they do it. It does that way.
Yeah.
Again, is it like shocker, or is it one of those things where it's like maybe because I don't know? Again, I'm wondering, is it like a sorting hat kind of deal where?
I mean, maybe. I never really thought about it, to be honest.
I mean, again, it seems like this tournament is meant to be about glory and all this and that, so maybe it kind of picks people based on like their prestige. Because right now it's all like the people you see from the schools who are kind of like, you know, the main student kind of thing. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
okay, look, it's all the most popular people from each school. I'm like, okay. See, I don't know if I would care to do something like this if I was I've never been one of those guys looking for like. I would have been like, I don't know. I would have been like, it's a cup, people.
Yeah.
It's just, like it says Wiz on it.
It says Triwizard.
I don't know. I'm just like, beyond being a big chalice, does it do anything else for me? Will it do anything else for me? Will it give me an endless supply of Gatorade? Like, what am I getting from this thing, really? Uh-oh. What could that be? Gee, I wonder.
I know.
Harry's like, oh shit, what now? Can I just have 1 year? Here's the thing, man. I look how Ron is angry right here.
Yeah. Well, remember he said that was one of his dreams, I'm pretty sure? Or what did he say, House Cup? I can't remember now.
House Cup, but this is like
Here's
a
the thing,
bigger
it's double
deal.
line.
Yeah, this is like the Super Cup. Super Cup. But it's also one of the things where it's like, how could Harry have done it? Like, I mean,
yeah.
you guys should, especially after everything. Look at the look at everyone's giving him. Like, everyone's like giving him, like, the fuck? How the hell did you pull that shit off, man? But I'm just kind of like, if the thing chose him, right? Like, who are you to?
Well, my question is, why didn't it... Obviously, you find out that Barty
Well-
Crouch Jr. somehow messed it up and made it, but it's like, there's supposed to be 3 people. Why didn't it... I've never gotten why it...
Well,
allowed a fourth to be chosen.
Well, that, and I never understood why everyone just assumed that, yeah, he rigged it. Like, how the hell could Harry have done it?
Well, yeah,
like,
we already
it's
saw
like,
plenty of other people try it.
he's not that good at magic to
I
be
love
able to.
this.
Jesus Christ! He just run up to him. I guess that's one way you could do it. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Like, step off, son. I got your number. But again, it's like I'm like, first, especially Ron. I'm like, Ron, with all this shit that you've seen happen to Harry, like that people have rigged situations and scenarios to try to get to him and utilize him. It's like, really, really, it's like, and plus, you guys should know better.
All the faces.
I know. You guys should know better than anyone. Like, Harry's not good enough to do what you guys think did. Like, it's like you said, Harry is not this perfect wizard. Again,
not even Hermione could do that.
Well, that's my point. Harry is not exceptionally good at any particular magical thing. He's doing fine as just a normal wizard, but beyond being who he is, there's nothing else special. I love that. There's nothing special about him. You know what I mean?
So I love how they introduce this now, too.
Again, I like how they all suspect already that something's up. I love how she's always, even though she's so strict, she has always been a very motherly figure to him.
Not just him, though.
Well, no, but she's really always, I mean, to his face, she gives him a lot of crap, but always behind closed doors when they're having like these
under the circumstances.
Well, yeah, but she's always been like, listen, he's the biggest victim of everyone here. Like, she really pities him and feels bad for him, and I like how all these adults here, they all have as well, the ones that aren't pretending to be someone else, all have his best interests at heart.
I love that Ron thinks he somehow did it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of shitty of Ron too. It's like, dude, first of all, even if Harry somehow could do this, the fact that you would think he would go behind your back and do it.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. So knock it off. And that's the thing too. It's like, why would you think Harry would want that? Like, Harry's already the most famous person in the world. That's the thing. It's like he doesn't want. This is like the opposite of what he wants. He would love nothing more than everyone to like stop looking at him and stop gawking at him, and stop treating him differently. So the last thing he wants is eternal glory. It's like that's like throwing just gasoline on fire. It's just
Rita Skeeter.
Yep. Now, okay, look at the color of her hair. So, is she to imply that she's probably from like a long-standing like?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's not always the case, but.
But usually, when you see, I'm implying that the wizards with like the really blonde hair is kind of implying like, okay, they're probably from like older, less intermixed families, I guess.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I love that he's a Hufflepuff, too.
Oh, yeah. I always kind of forget about that.
Yeah.
Kind of like the movies. Because I was gonna say he doesn't really talk or do anything. He's just kind of there, has sometimes like a dopey smile, but that's Hufflepuff. We said it right. They're just kind of chill, laid back, like whatever.
This is awkward.
I don't know. If I was Harry, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, hey, what's up? You know I'm the chosen one, right? I guess she's just like creating the narrative for him.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's what she's known for.
Yeah, like she basically fabricates the story. I know, I love that. 14. I love that. See, again, this is why Harry would never want to do something like this, because it's like, look at this. This is torture for him. I love that part. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, still got cloudy skies. Good.
But now we have a tower.
I know, like how Hogwarts just kind of keeps growing exponentially.
Very poop-covered owl tower. I almost said owl towel.
Owl towel.
I tried so hard not to.
That owl tower could use an owl towel because, oh, that's a cute owl.
I know, they're all cute. I want to pet all the owls.
Again, I just love how Harry's got a chiseled jaw already.
I know.
But again, I like how Harry now has like, damn.
I don't know if I'd lick that if a bird just bit me, but, you know.
You know.
Yeah.
You don't want to get like magic rabies. Again, I just love how he's got like contacts now. Like Harry's kind of connected now a little bit. You know what I mean? I love that. Like she's just.
I know.
Still love that common room, man.
I know.
We didn't see a lot of it in the last movie. Like not only the main part, did we?
Not a lot.
I think that's cool how they.
Blue powder. It's so weird how they did it, though.
I know. It's a good effect.
I guess
though.
it's not really flue powder here, but.
And it's also one of those weird things too, because in a lot of ways in this film, Harry's kind of on his own. Because again,
Yeah.
you know, Ron's kind of being, you know,
Butthead.
yeah, and Hermione is going to be preoccupied very soon.
Yeah.
And you know, and now, you know, the kind of, you know, the adventure is now front and center for the world. They're not sneaking off at night to do something. They're not, you know. It's not secretive. The Triwizard Tournament is like this big, you know, center stage event. So now, kind of his adventure in this film is like being watched by everyone. So it's very
Well, because of that, he is alone because he's not allowed to get
exactly. So it's a very different kind of dynamic in this film, which is nice. They switched it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because Harry needs to learn how to stand on his own 2 feet too, because again, you watch the other films and read the other books, and you realize that if it wasn't for Ron and Hermione, he would not have gone anywhere. Like he owes those two everything.
Yeah. I just think it's so funny that people assume that he put his name into, because it's like, you've seen all the shit he's had to go through, just being here already.
Exactly.
Why would he choose to do something dangerous?
That's what I'm saying. The only thing I can think of is that maybe people were starting to think, like, okay, he wants to be famous for something else.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of famous for a shitty reason, you know what I mean? That's the thing. I mean, whereas if he wins the Triwizard Tournament, it's like, okay, eternal glory, blah, blah, blah. So if everyone's got to know your name, maybe have it be known for something cool. But that's like the only motivation I could see, because everything else is like, and even then it's like, it's almost like I think if he was given the choice, he would rather just be ignored than be known for something different. Neville's rocking the shaggy hair. Like, man, everyone's rocking the shaggy hair. It was like a thing. I love this, like, back. Look how stern and angry they look. Poor Hermione.
So stupid.
I know. What she has to deal with these two. Oh, what? So you give me Ron's message?
I know.
You can't. But like, why didn't he even come with her then? Like,
I don't know.
oh yeah, I got that cloak.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Look at Hagrid. You're in the talk. Ooh, okay. So now we're gonna. What the hell's in his hair?
I don't know. I just saw that it was all
It looks
gooey.
nasty. It looks like something just dripped down into it. I guess that's probably what it is. Basically, what happened. But it's like, oh. The mischievous look in his eyes.
Now you can peep on us and touch yourself, Harry,
Jesus.
while we are on our date.
We're back to this again, are we?
Hey, he's back in the cloak. What can I say?
Back in the cloak.
And
you know what I'm
Hagrid
saying?
invited him.
Like, wow, okay. Feel that if you had any remnants of your childhood life,
He's like, yeah, say some more.
stop. Yeah, you get that French woman, Hagrid. And I love this. Now we're seeing dragons.
Kind of.
Because see, they're not extinct in this fantasy world. It just sucks we don't get to see the other dragons in this. We only see the one.
I know.
Probably cost them a lot of money. CJ. Yeah, that one.
Where did she go?
I know.
Thanks. Thanks, bud.
So we
He's
haven't.
got his head off his ass right now.
So we haven't seen Charlie, right?
No.
Now we see him in the books.
I think they show him in the last movie.
Yeah,
maybe.
he's getting married.
Yeah.
See, this kind of stuff, I'm just like, guys, after everything he's been through, and that's the funny thing, he saved this school like 2 or 3 times already now, so I'm just like, and here's my thing, what do they care? Like, I mean,
Oh, I know.
yeah, you're at Hufflepuff, fuck you. That's kind of what my attitude would be. I'd have been like, hey, what house are you in? Oh, what's that? Not Gryffindor? What's that? Not Slytherin? Oh, so in other words, you don't matter. Gotcha. But I didn't push too hard because, Hufflepuff and all. Seriously, Ron, get over yourself.
I know.
Like, Harry, just punch him in the face. Just punch him, Harry. Just give... Again, I don't think Ron's a bad guy, but I think Ron could use with a good right hook. Just kind of just get over your shit.
Why is he just like weirdly in a tree?
I know, like, what the hell?
That's not cool. That's not what cool guys do. Maybe when you're like 10, but...
Yeah, get it, son.
As funny as it is, it's also pretty terrible.
I know. TJ. I love. But here's my thing, though. Like, the way Ron's acting now, it's a little Draco-esque, where he's very, like, jealous, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
he's not as, like, malicious about it, obviously, but it's, like, still, it's...
You made him go in his pants. I might have mentioned it.
So it kind of sucks that that's not the real guy.
I know. That's what I really hate because
he's basically like this anyway.
yeah.
And I can kind of picture him doing this anyway.
Well, and I know for Harry, he even said the same thing, At the end, he's like, it wasn't you the whole time. So it's like he doesn't even know the real Moody.
But he kind of does,
Well,
because from what I
know.
understand, this is Moody anyway.
Yeah.
Got to get some Full Metal Alchemist auto mail there.
I know. You hear that yell?
Yeah. Again, I love how this series sometimes will throw stuff that comes in the end.
Yeah.
And they'll throw it to you early, and you don't even, know. I think it's one of the things the books and the movies have done kind of exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it kind of makes you start wondering, have I seen something that's going to mean something later? Like, when you see anything, is this important? Does this mean anything more, or is it just what it is? Like, I don't know, it makes you question a lot of what you see, but, like, in a good way. Which is like, walking and frowning.
He's gonna play Quidditch against the dragon and win.
Yeah. I'm not such a bad pilot myself. There we go. I think it's kind of strange that this is the first thing, arguably the most difficult and dangerous. Like, we're gonna have you get chased around by a dragon. It's like, wait a minute, we're starting off with this, like,
I know.
Like the thing that comes after. I think the mermaid thing. I think that should have been first, because that doesn't seem nearly as bad as this.
Yeah.
Because the mermaids aren't actually trying to kill you. They know the rules. Where the dragons don't know the rules. If they can, they will kill you. That, and they're dragons. No. I love how she's basically doing double. Oh. But she's basically doing double duty. She's got to like help out Harry and try to like pull Ron's head out of his ass.
I know. I like Hermione's jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, champion. Yeah, Victor. Okay, fine. We're just gonna throw that word around. No, she's a giant, right? Or is she like Hagrid, a half giant?
I know that's part of the whole thing. I can't remember though. I don't think she is. I think she's just giant. Like she's not part giant, but she's just a large woman.
Is she though? Because she looks really big to be large.
I can't remember.
I think she's like.
So I feel like I remember him saying it and her getting mad.
Yeah, like it's like like he pointed it out and she didn't. How come we didn't get to see his dragon?
I guess she is half giant.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't know or something. I can't remember what it was.
Unless maybe for her it's kind of like not something she's proud of or. Yeah, here's my other question too. Okay, so you obviously have other sentient humanoid, right? Okay, like the giants. Okay, how come all these wizarding schools are just humans? Like, how come the giants can't go there? Or, like,
Yeah.
do giants do magic? Well, obviously she's like a headmaster, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just maybe like a rare thing? They can, but they just don't. Because I mean, I guess Hagrid did, but he's half human. So I kind of hate how we didn't get to see a little bit of the other ones.
I know.
But again, I think budget-wise, it's like...
Well, that... I mean, also just in the interest of time, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, but it could have done a quick little, like, you know, minute-to-minute montage of, like, them swooping around, the dragons breathing fire, just to kind of see the other ones.
It's just so funny to me that the arena for this is smaller than the Quidditch arena.
Well, that's my point. It's like...
Like, there's dragons. You would think that,
I kind of feel they should have just used the Quidditch arena
I know.
for it. And again, how bad can it be if everyone got the egg?
I can't remember if they said there was a charm on it or not, because I was going to say, he's going to summon his broom here, right? Why not just try to summon the egg?
I don't know.
Maybe there was a charm or something on it, so it couldn't...
I like the design, though.
I know.
Naturally, you saw a lot of that dragon in the trailers.
I know. Well, to be fair, it's one of the only ones you see.
Well, yeah. But here's my thing. This is really dangerous. Like,
Yeah. And I refuse to believe that little chain actually is supposed to actually...
well, it doesn't, obviously.
I know, but... Like, they thought it was going to.
Now, is this dragon bigger than the one we see in Deathly Hallows Part 2?
I don't
that
remember.
big white one. Now, these dragons would be wyverns. It's also interesting, too, like, all the dragons seem to be wyverns in this.
Yeah. Yikes. That would be very hot.
I would be fun if the rocks that are melting. That would be
I know.
awesome. Woo!
Yeah, but see, Ron's still cheering for him.
Well, because again, I don't think Ron, unless it was a continuity error, maybe, but I don't think Ron legitimately wants
That was easy.
anything bad to happen to him. You know what I mean? I think Ron's just pissy, but ultimately he doesn't hate Harry.
Yeah.
He's just being a poor sport.
I love how Harry just went at them.
I know. It's like, Revenge
I
there.
know. Yikes. And I like how nobody's apparently concerned that this dragon is loose.
Oh, I know. There's a dragon just flying around Hogwarts trying to kill one of your students.
I mean, I guess, I get it. That's kind of part of the tournament, but at the same time, like, it's still loose. Ooh.
It just seems a little barbaric.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna pit your students against a flesh-eating, fire-breathing dragon. It's like,
No, it's just gonna cause some roof damage.
But see, I like how they kind of gave me the dragon still more realistic. They're not so huge.
Yeah.
They're not like giant. And they're built in such a way where it looks kind of believable that they could kind of fly. Ooh.
Yikes.
Well, that ain't good. See, there's no security measures in place here. Nothing to kind of like go and try to retrieve the dragon.
Apparently not.
Again, it's just like... It's funny, too. This is probably the most action-packed, I think, of all the Harry Potter...
Yeah.
With the exception of Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is
Well, yeah.
one long action sequence. And has a dragon still. It's funny, you look at the visual effects here and you think back to the first movie.
No, I know.
Like, wow, how far we've come. Ooh. Ow.
Yikes.
So I was wondering, what happened to the
Just-
dragon?
I don't know. I imagine they went and got it.
It's still alive, right?
Yeah. It probably just kind of knocked itself out, if anything.
And no one was hearing all that?
I know, that's why I was like, they're just like sitting there awkwardly, just
Waiting.
waiting.
Like, what if he's dead, guys? Like, unless they were listening.
I don't know. That's
Yeah, you do realize he's trailing smoke, right?
I
like
know.
before you get really excited,
Look how
like
bloody he is.
even the paintings. Oh yeah, now you guys all like him. That he's
I
making you
know.
guys look good, right? You bastards. Oh, remember this bit right here.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe we don't open that. Oh, look at Ron. Jesus Christ, guys.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, but it's still one of those things. You're my friend, you know.
I'd be
You
like, yeah, everyone else is my friend. You are. I was a bit of an ass.
again, I feel like Hermione. She's just babysitting all the time.
I know.
That's a nice shot of
I
Hogwarts.
know.
Ah, get that filthy son out of there. So they have like what, like designated like dining times, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and dust that shoulder off.
Nah, he wants Miss Cho Chang.
That's so smooth. God, their food always looks so amazing. Like,
I know.
these are some of my favorite parts when I watch them all eat, because it's like, oh my god, look at that. Oh god, this thing.
Yeah.
This horrific monstrosity. Again, we laugh, but it's not what Harry wanted.
No.
I would charge for that shit, man. Like, God, look at that thing. Jesus Christ.
Hideous.
The ruffles. God. We'll talk about growing pains right here.
I know. There, Mrs. Norris has red eyes again, so I don't know.
It might have been just a continuity error, because obviously they digitally correct it, color them. It might have just been a shot they overlooked or missed, or who knows who they ran out of.
Unless they were, and it just wasn't as noticeable.
It could be just a slight continuity error. I mean, again, something tells me the faraway shots of the cat's eyes and the color like aren't exactly the highest of priorities in a film like this.
Yeah. We gonna motherfucking dance?
All the guys like, God damn it.
I know.
Baboons! It's just like how they just egg each other on all the
I
time.
know.
Again, I would just love to see little side stories of them and all the shit they get up to.
Aww.
Oh. Yes.
You get to dance with McGonagall.
Look at Harry. He's like, yeah, you get him. Son of a bitch, talk shit about me. God, look at that big ass fucking.
Oh, so pretty.
I know, that's a beautiful cat.
Yeah,
His face, I like when he pouts. Never. Look how the guys don't want any part of it.
Neville.
Get him, Neville. Get him, Neville.
Be the leader.
Yeah.
It's adorable. Get it, Neville.
Neville's a smooth operator, man. Like, Neville earns his stripes.
I know.
He's probably the biggest unsung hero of this entire franchise. Oh. Oh, so it's like that, huh? No, that's Ravenclaw right there, right?
I think, yeah. Pretty sure it was.
So that's why they're all like, oh.
Richard, good for you.
I love how she's taller than him.
I know. You.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
God.
yeah. It's kind of like you and me a little bit, right?
Ew, no, I would never do that. I just yell at you.
Yeah, that's
Get
right.
away from you with your food beard.
Yeah, you eat that a lot, don't you?
You eat a lot, so yeah.
Well, takes a lot to keep going. Big guy.
I'm so cool. Jesus Christ. It's not even that big.
It's like, yeah, I know. I ain't impressed. I'm bigger than he is. Can't even walk right.
Granted,
You see
you're
that?
also like twice his age.
Yeah, so.
Not twice his age, I guess. He'd be 16, they said.
I'm like, what? 33?
Yeah. Not quite half. Or twice.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
I'm saying you're younger.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate it. You're not so arcane, Aw. I love how these guys do this. And just like that, watch. Boom. Just like that. Bam.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just... just... Ow. Just beating them down. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was pretty insensitive on these guys' part.
Well, we've kind of established that Ron is a little, like, thick-headed a lot.
Yeah.
It was like Ron's awkward phase in this movie. He's just pissing everybody off.
I know.
Then we have Hogwarts in the winter. I love that bridge.
I know.
We didn't see the bridge in the first movie, though, right?
No, not till Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, that was the first time and it becomes a big set piece for a lot of these other future films.
Yeah.
Especially the end. Whoa, hey, how you
Oh god, I'm gonna trap you in here.
She's like,
Hey, put your hands on me.
Really?
Yes. Yes, that was Harry.
Are you sure?
Get a Harry. Get a Harry.
Yeah. What? Awkward. No. No.
Yeah. I
But-
want to go with you anyways. No.
But to be fair, she's not saying no because she doesn't want to go with him. It's
Yeah.
just he was a little late to the punch. Yeah, look at that. God, such a beautiful vista behind them.
At least I've got my egg. My screaming egg.
My screaming egg. I love this bit here. Don't be silly. I kind of wish I would have seen that.
I
They would
know.
I'm just like.
Get a Harry.
Little light bulb go above his head. I got a great idea. I love how the ship is just parked out there. It looks
I
cool.
know. Effectively, it's beached on the ice.
I guess. Well, technically, it's basically a submarine, right?
I guess, yeah. It's a magic boat.
It's interesting here because we've never seen anything like this at Hogwarts, like a big dance or,
Yeah.
Oh, God, look at that thing. That thing is horrid.
Yeah.
Oh, just dreadful. Look at it. Ugh. And Harry looks like he's a conductor, but
I
that's
know.
still better than... God. It does kind of match him. Look at his hair, though.
I know.
Again, this is again more of the stuff I like too, because even though this film isn't doing it as much as the previous one, it's still showing them doing normal stuff, which is kind of the irony. Because at the end of this film, it's like no holds bars,
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of a nice calm before the storm, because before all that shit gets just real. Ooh, hey now. But yeah, no, I like how you're seeing, again, like I said, growing pains kind of stuff, because in the midst of everything that's going on with them, you kind of forget too that.
Like McGonagall's like,
Like-
what you wearing?
Like, damn, that thing is older than me.
I know. Poor girl.
Come on, he's just shoving her along.
I love how the guys wear the dress robes, the girls get all the beautiful gowns.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
This is like before she was Belle.
I know. Yeah, we
I
got.
wonder if Disney saw this and was like, she's the one. Apparently they offered her Cinderella before Belle, but she was like, no, I don't want to be a damsel.
Yeah. Again, they were waiting for her to age up a little bit. They were like, yes, she will be our Belle. And then, like, the head of Disney was like, patience. Even though technically, wouldn't she be closer to Belle's age here?
Wow.
Traditionally speaking.
Eh. Belle was a little older, but...
Well, they aged her up a little bit for, societal consent, but back then.
Brains and brawn.
Look at Ron.
I know.
That's the thing, you can tell Ron's got it bad for her, too.
Well, I don't think he realizes it until this, though, almost.
I don't know. I think he was sensing something. I wonder how awkward it was for them to do all this.
Oh, I know.
Look at Dumbledore. That's okay. I love how... Oh, that is a
That would be
well-behaved
me.
cat.
I'd be over there with a kitty cat. Oh,
I
That makes
know.
me sound like a cat. Like a sad, crazy cat lady. I was trying to say not a cad.
Another cat.
I cannot speak things. It's a little weird that Neville and...
They're only a year apart, though, right?
I guess, yeah, but...
Had a ferret as like a
Yeah.
belt or whatever the hell that's supposed
Yeah.
to be. The look on his face. I know it's technically a bad thing what that is, what he's doing, but
I
still
know.
just the look on his face, he doesn't. Look at Hagrid. Hey, you wanna? It's like...
Jesus.
It's a nice stand-up bass. Look at him, Warwick Davis.
That looks awful.
Should have got like Fintroll to play that.
Huh?
They should have had Fintroll play that. It would have been awesome. Because they always dress up as trolls whenever they perform and do shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, God, Ron just looks miserable.
Yeah.
Where are they going? It's like,
Stink eye.
I know, he is not happy. No. To be fair, we've all kind of been here in this position.
Yeah.
With the person you're kind of feeling is with somebody else. Like, oh, you want to come hang out with us? It's like, hell no, I don't want to come hang out.
And it's fraternity. It's funny too because Ron was in love with him before, but now that he's his romantic rival.
Yep. Don't worry, Ron, you got this.
Harry's just like, I'm staying out of this.
Harry's like, baby, if I don't move, they won't see me. No, is that the hall, the main hall they're in right now?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't know if that was a different room or they just kind of repurposed it.
I'm pretty sure they just redid it for this.
A white bow tie? I don't know about that. And I love the fact that she's even yelling at him. Again, this is all great because if she didn't care, she wouldn't care. You know what I mean? It bothers her that he's upset. Yeah, see? Oh. What? Look at him like, the fuck did you do? Again, only someone you really care about would you ever let get to you that way. That's the thing. And there's Neville.
Whoa, he's getting cozy.
I know.
Getting cozy.
Oh, Hagrid. Good for you.
Getting some booty.
God, all the vis effect shots of Hogwarts have gotten so good.
Yeah.
But then again, I think they kind of figured out by now, too, the best way to kind of, shoot Hogwarts, how to make it look. I think they realized the bright, sunny sky kind of thing just doesn't really fit the aesthetic of it. It's like, oh yeah, remember this? That is a cool Reaper statue, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously, a lot of people got that tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. Now, Harry's ability to kind of see these dreams, have these visions. It's his connection to Voldemort, right?
Yeah.
But then, how is he seeing it from that guy's perspective and not Voldemort? Or is it just one of those things I've never liked that when they do like memories or flashbacks.
Well, because usually he ends up in the eyes of the victims.
Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, well, why the hell are you not seeing?
I think there's one time later on where he's in Voldemort's point of view too, but that's when it starts to change.
Yeah. I love this bit for. Harry's like, yeah, whatever, that's all good. Yeah. Well, it's because, these past 3 movies, you haven't done shit without my help.
I know.
Again, though, I still like how Hermione really takes care of both of them. She really is like this kind of almost sisterly figure to them in a lot of ways. Like the look in his face, like trying to, it's like, how do I answer this without being a completely sarcastic ass?
Trying to hit on me? Alright, are you telling me I can shove it up my ass?
No, I'm saying, are you telling me I need to go up there and fuck my egg? No, I'm saying just go into the water with the egg. God, Harry, Jesus. He's walking away. So for the record, you're not telling me to fuck my egg. I love this, the stained glass window, how it moves.
I know.
No, okay, I think it's kind of funny because you always hear about Gryffindor and Slytherin, and like Gryffindor is kind of like the more famous house. Yet the most famous boy in school is from Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
You notice that? I thought that's kind of interesting. I never really thought of it that... Well, I guess Harry is the most famous kid in school, but...
No, I know what you mean, though.
You know what I mean? Like, Cedric is kind of like the Zach Morris of Hogwarts. Oh, look who it is.
I know.
I love how now in this movie that they're all kind of older. There are a lot more sexual innuendos.
I love how they mention that.
Yep.
I love how he tries the bubbles in front of him.
She's so adorable.
Oh my god. He's trying not to. She's a ghost. It's nothing she hasn't seen before.
Yeah, I know. I love how it's like the siren song.
Yeah.
I know, I thought that was really clever how they did that. Like, above water, it just sounds like hell.
And she's underneath, so that means. Well, and it's funny because you could tell if you really looked above water when they opened it. It was like boiling water. But
Yeah.
when it's underneath, it's calm.
So he can't actually feel her, right?
No, but.
God.
Jesus Christ.
Gosh, she's so maniacal.
Yikes.
God, I'm glad they brought her back.
I know.
We see her again, right? I can't remember. Do we see her one more time? I think we do.
I can't remember either.
Does she return in the books, though?
Hmm?
Do we see her again more in the books, at least?
I don't even remember. I don't think a lot more.
She's just such a fun character. I love it. Again, they're not supposed to be helping him, right?
Well, technically no, because technically they're not supposed to know.
Well, then again, I think...
like, I guess he could have figured it out, so I guess he can get help, but he's not really supposed to officially.
Then again, I'm still just kind of thinking, like, these three are just kind of like, your trio. I love, like, old libraries, and I love that whole kind of aesthetic. Yeah, Harry, you can always use Gillyweed, you ass.
I know. Maybe I shouldn't tell you because you're an ass.
I know. I just love these two so much. Oh, God.
Yum.
I just love how, like, sassy Harry is in this movie. Who knows that? Mm-hmm. Well, they're all going through that part of their teenage years where they're just like, ugh. I've always wanted to. When you see what's down there, I'm like, how the hell do they manage all that?
I know.
Put that what?
It keeps hitting him.
Just push him in.
I know. Yeah. That's cool. That actually is pretty awesome.
So, by the way, I'm looking up the guy who plays Victor Krum. His name is Stanislav, and I'm not going to pronounce his
I
last
love
name.
that.
So apparently he's like my age.
Victor Krum is?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm looking at pictures of him now. He's definitely put on some weight, and he grew his hair out. Still bigger than he is. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying, if it was it's not a competition, but if it was, I would win.
Hear that a lot.
He's a year younger than me. And we're also seeing kind of more of the kind of the magical world surrounding Hogwarts, because you got to figure Hogwarts is probably located in deep in magic country, if you will.
Yeah.
So all the surrounding area, just like the forest. I'm like, well, again, it's never thought about, but the lake itself would be like,
Yeah.
a little ecosystem unto itself.
It's interesting how she did like the air bubble there.
Yeah. Ooh. And I love how the mermaids actually look in this.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they're not all like angelic and like basically they're not superhuman looking.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that.
I know.
Those are like ruins down there, right?
I guess, yeah.
So it kind of makes you wonder, was Hogwarts once bigger? But yeah, because these are
I don't know. That's spooky, though. They just look dead.
I know. I wonder if those are like wax kind of.
I think they are, yeah.
Well, that is really eerie looking. But no, I like how they do the effect on this.
Shut up. I'm doing what I have to.
Yeah, that one looked a little bit more fake. You could tell that's
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not anymore.
Look how they got out of the way.
Oh yeah, that's what's his face. That's freaky.
It's kind of clever though, because
I
doing it
know.
that way, it's like basically scary to the mermaid. It's just like,
Yeah. Where did Oh yeah, it said that Fleur like complete it or whatever.
no, he's not supposed to save more than one, but he does
No.
though.
Yeah. Ron's face looks really weird there.
Yeah, it looks like they have eyes. I know they're supposed to be like they're closed, but it looks like they're just like.
Oh, I guess it's because he's got like blonde eyelashes too. That doesn't help, but
I guess. How cold is that water?
I know. Jesus. Yikes.
That was kind of a cool morph effect they did.
Yeah. God, his teeth.
I know. Yeah, no, it kind of makes you wonder, like, so obviously this is all flooded then at one point. It just makes you wonder what the, unless that was like the surrounding like village or whatever.
And then there's these things. I don't remember what these ones are called, but they're gross. They're like octopus dogs.
I know they're weird looking. I wonder how they get them all to participate though in this tournament. I wonder if like this.
Oh, I know.
Then again, if it's like an ancient tradition, I'm wondering if they all just kind of know that at some point they might be called upon to
Yeah.
partake in it. That was cool.
Kind of like if you had your wand this entire time.
Hey, there's Draco.
What's on our chest?
I understood everything she said. She's like, come here. It's over. Give me your hand. I'm French.
I liked how he did it to himself. And flop.
Ow. Oh, God. Just all over Dumbledore's hand. Like, you helped. It's like, what?
I'll never wash my cheeks again.
Yeah, about that.
Grindylows.
Candilo.
Shut up and listen to me.
He got such a good commanding voice.
Mm-hmm.
I love the suction cup like pattern on his neck.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be booing Dumbledore's guy. Like,
Picking on little kids.
you don't see too much of Draco in this movie.
I know. Harry's got better things to do.
I know, he is definitely more preoccupied. Yeah, weren't you the guy who was like ready to like blast me with your wand?
I
Yeah, I
know.
remember you. It's kind of interesting here too that it's really kind of Harry's. Now he's talking with someone now from the Ministry, and now it's kind of a big deal because these are kind of the movers and the shakers of like the wizarding world.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they've always known about him, but I feel there's always been a degree of disconnect between Harry and kind of the powers that be. And I love right there.
Mm-hmm.
The tongue.
Yeah.
I think he knows right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he knows. Just the way he looked at him too, like he was.
Like he saw a ghost.
Not much has changed. Yep. I love how now they're all just walking through this apparently super dangerous forest. Then again, we've
I
already.
don't think this is the Forbidden Forest here.
It's I guess. Well, it really doesn't matter if it is or isn't. We've already established just nothing scary in it because every time they get in it, it's always been outside forces that have threatened them.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, see, this forest is more dangerous. They actually found a dead guy in this one.
I know.
I love how, like, aggressive Dumbledore is, too.
Fox.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He just bounced back quick. Hey, how you doing? It's all good in the hood. Just like, fuck you.
I know.
Yeah, take your hat. Get the fuck out of my house. Again, it's amazing when you think about how much access Harry is granted. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. Like, you're left in Dumbledore's office.
I know. I wonder how many students have actually gone in there.
I know.
Probably not too many if you think about it.
Yeah. Those look awful.
Oh. Again, are you supposed to actually eat those?
Well, he did, so.
So you murder them first. Should have used your death hand when you reached in their hair.
How did I open that? Who knows? I just picture Dumbledore and like company just going into like a secret room and watching him. Like, oh, is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it. Oh, he did it.
Just messing with him.
Yeah.
I told him they were sharp. Let's see if he tries to eat one. Oh my god, he totally did.
It's like what was that show with Ashton Kutcher, Punked?
Yeah.
It's like Dumbledore.
This whole thing is just Harry being punk. His parents are all in on it.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw this, I was like, wait, what?
I know. Awkward.
But again, you know Dumbledore set this up for him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think...
Oh, it's what's his face?
Yeah. That's the thing. How did he become the headmaster of a school, though?
I don't remember. I don't know if they explain it or not. But then again, look at Snape.
Huh?
Snape was a Death Eater too.
Yeah, but he's also not the headmaster of a school.
I know.
I mean, and that's the thing too. That's one of Snape isn't even allowed to teach the dark arts. I'd imagine for that reason. There she is.
I don't know why they let her in there.
Well, it's also implied this wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But I love how it's showing you that little interaction between him and Mad Eye.
It's interesting because obviously that's where Harry first hears that.
Yep. Yep. So I love right here we're learning a lot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's the thing. He runs. Like,
I
if he
know.
didn't run, he could have just been like, bullshit. Like, that's not me. Da 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 da. But the second he
Yeah.
ran, it was like, oh. Yeah, you
Yep.
see the tongue?
Looks like you're trying to pucker up for a
It's just so
second.
strange seeing Tennant play a role like that.
I know.
But he's good at it, to be fair. Yeah, no, again, it's interesting because, yeah, in that one scene, we learn, okay, Snape was a Death Eater, which explains maybe why, again, he's not allowed to teach on dark arts.
Yeah.
This other headmaster was one too, which is why maybe he's in such cahoots with Dumbledore, because basically Dumbledore is like, hey, you better walk the straight and narrow. And obviously that little scene we saw, again with Moody, like his manner, and I guess it's one or two people who didn't read the book, like myself at the time. I didn't pick up on it, and I'm kind of surprised because now when I look at it, you see those strange mannerisms that Moody wasn't even doing before.
Yeah.
Like why is he suddenly like licking his lips like like hyperactive LL Cool J style? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see that memory or whatever, and you see those very clear mannerisms. The same thing again, father and son looking at each other face to face. It's basically the same shot all over again.
Why are you just coming to me this?
I know. That's so weird how they do that.
I know.
No, okay, here's my question about that. When he says that, is he saying get rid of them because it'll by having them it strengthens your link to Voldemort? Like maybe like kind of just try to sever all links between you and him. Oh,
Awkward.
hey guys, what are you looking at? Oh God, not you now.
Dude, you guys bust the door open and made me see it. I don't want to see
I know. So that's Snape's office, right? Or no,
it.
it's
It's like
like
a potion closet,
yeah.
yeah, for ingredients.
Look how Snape is just like, ugh. But see, right away, that's also kind of revealing something. Clearly,
Yeah.
the gillyweed apparently is not something you come across very easy. Of course, Harry wouldn't have known that, so suddenly coming into possession of it, he's not going to really question it. Whereas, S- Snape is like, oh, and that was something else too.
Yeah.
So basically,
You had Myrtle already mentioned the Polyjuice potion.
yeah. So,
but again, I think they always obviously do it so fast that you're like, it's mentioned, but you don't really think about it.
Well, yeah, because everything is kind of said as like, it's like it should be obvious to you already.
Mm-hmm.
So without even realizing, you might just kind of think to yourself that, oh, I guess it was something I missed.
Yeah.
And then you find out, oh no, that's exactly something that was being like that was a hint being dropped.
Yeah. Guy's kissing his own ring on his hand. What a douche.
And I love how the maze is now going to be again. It's funny on the surface. It seems so easy, but again, I've always liked stories where the true trial to someone is pitting themselves against themselves. I always think it's like, what could be worse than dragons or I guess mean mer people. But again, if you realize that, gosh, she's enormous.
I know.
But you realize again why this is the final challenge, especially when you see how it plays out.
Oh yeah.
He's barking orders. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, and again, I like that. Like, if you really think about it, finding it. I mean, I know mazes can be a pain, but ultimately, if you wander around a maze long enough, you'll find either the center or your way out. But I like how it's basically saying like, no,
it's a magical quality to it.
Well, yeah, it's the greatest challenge you face in the maze is yourself. And again, I always thought that was a very kind of fitting last. That would be the bitch please look that from the old Dumbledore we would have gotten right there.
Still a race of sorts.
And I like he gives the little like.
I know.
Again, it just kind of sucks.
See, I think Dumbledore maybe suspects something too at this point.
I was gonna say, like, how does Dumbledore not know? I mean, again, they've already shown that Dumbledore is very kind of apt to being able to sense magic. Like even if he's not seeing it, or he can just kind of tell.
Unless it's because it's like a potion, so it's not actual magic being used.
Maybe yes. No, it's more of like a chemical thing. I guess maybe. I think it's more or less because it wouldn't be convenient for the story, but
well, yeah.
But I think it's like you said, yeah, it's not as I figure if you cast a spell on someone, it's more overt than if someone takes a potion. Because the potion is more inside out, whereas a spell is like
big ass maze.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wonder one of these tournaments if anyone's ever just got legit lost and they had to go in and find them.
I don't know.
Okay, here's my thing. You can do spells on yourself that can make you levitate or push you in the air, right?
I think so, yeah.
Why not just like push yourself?
Like there was, if I remember right, I feel like there was some sort of thing where you wouldn't be able to go up. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like there was something that said
like
that
some kind of like counter spell measure, or unless the like we just saw the hedges would just swarm on you, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I'm just like, well, you can at least get yourself in the air for like a few seconds, just kind of look out and see if you see it. And like here, like how you see his eyes, they're kind of like clouded over. Again, I also love how unnerving it is. That's the thing. It's almost like it's the silence that gets to you.
Yeah.
That and, the maze itself, apparently.
Well, and there was stuff that they ran into in the maze.
In the book.
In the books.
Again, interest of time and...
Yeah. Like, I specifically remember the Sphinx for Harry. And he had to, like, solve that riddle, but they didn't even do that in this.
Well, I think by this point they're trying to get to the, you-know-what scene quick.
Yeah.
Really, at this point, the maze is just a means to that end. His face.
I know.
Is he supposed to be blind there, or is he just supposed to be bewitched? It's hard to tell.
I was gonna say, I was looking at the wiki again because I couldn't remember what the differences were, and this is saying obviously that I didn't think about it, but that Moody has this magical eye, keeping the more dangerous obstacles out of Harry's path. He stunned Floor, placed the Imperious Curse on Victor, and uses Victor to attack Cedric. To make sure Harry gets to the cup, because obviously,
they want Harry to get there.
Yeah.
Again, this whole thing is basically rigged for Harry.
But I never really thought about it for the movie. That's why he had the glazed over eyes. It was supposed to be like him having the...
Yeah, they cursed him, basically.
Yeah.
But there it's kind of implied that it happened in the maze here.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
It's not as literal. Or it's not as obvious.
Well, yeah.
Ooh. Took that right to the chest.
I know. I mean, I guess they say that, but it's like, you don't know really.
Well, again, it seems like the movie left it a lot more ambiguous, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think... Jesus, she's like stripping him almost.
See, right here, is it the maze that's kind of making them, or at least Cedric, kind of asshole-ish? Or is it just kind of Cedric's real personality coming out?
I'm sure that he, to an extent, I mean, obviously he wants to win.
See, right here, I know, I get what they're going for here. By the way, that's a great shot. I like how he's, okay, go back for a second. But it's not like Cedric is going to die. This is all part of the thing. So it's almost like...
that was like pretty violent, though.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like either you're going to go back and save his life. It is a competition. Everything here is designed to stop you, not kill you. So it's almost like, I guess, teamwork, da-da-da-da. But I'm like, he was going to be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, sorry about that earlier. Yeah. You're a dick, by the way.
Just stand there.
I like how it seems like as soon as they enter the maze, it's almost like they're like in another dimension.
I know.
Now, obviously, but here's my question. Had this whole thing not been rigged and they both did grab it together, does that mean they both would have won?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's double win for Hogwarts, but...
Yeah.
Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like a Tim Burton set right here.
I know.
Like something out of Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, no, that's showing how old Voldemort would be. Like, if his parents died, if he was a little kid when they died, and they were that old.
Yeah. I'm just a wee babe.
And that's kind of our first clear look at him.
Mm-hmm. Poor Cedric.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Drop me in the pot. God, nasty. But it's funny because that's almost the form he takes at the very end after Harry, like...
Yeah. This bit coming up, he kind of looks like Pumpkinhead when he's starting to form.
Yeah.
If you guys have ever seen that movie, I highly recommend it. When he's kind of forming, taking shape, at one point he looks the way like Voldemort does right here.
That would have to be a very sharp knife.
I was gonna say. I love how he just cuts his own hand off.
I know.
But again, I don't think people realize, like, that's not how knives work.
I know.
Like, it just went right off. I'm like, no, no. And right now, he would literally be bleeding to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here. This looks like Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
When he's forming. Well, see, that's my point. As I say, does he look the way he does because of how he was remade, or did he look this way before?
Again, I feel like it's like he was probably really fucked up before anyways, but...
See, I wish they kind of would have kept him a little less formed.
Mm.
And then his eyes go... No, I think they should have gave him creepy eyes.
Well, in the books and everything, he always had the, like, serpent eyes.
Yeah. This always weirded me out when I first finally saw the portrayal of Voldemort. It caught me by surprise how they were going with him. All the veins you see in his hand.
I know.
What?
I don't give a fuck about your hand.
And I like right away that one act shows you zero compassion. Like, he does not care. You know what I mean? It sets him up, his character, right there. Like, he could have given him back his hand, but he didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He takes from people and gives nothing back. His face. So those were all the last snakes. I recognize Crab and Goyle.
Except for his name.
And this is a big deal because now Harry has proof that, you know what I mean? So again, Harry needs to die here because if he doesn't, you know, he's going to out a lot of people and ruin a lot of families. And a lot of these families are of noble.
Gross.
Poor Cedric. But that's what I'm saying. Think of all these. A lot of the Slytherin house kids, their families are so ancient and so prominent, and deep within the politics that for them to be incriminated like this, it's gonna like ruin. It's gonna again. It's not just a matter of like, oh, what they did is illegal. It's gonna basically upturn a lot of the social hierarchy within the wizarding world. Because they're all kind of hedging their bets that yes, Voldemort's going to return, and that Harry's going to die. But if even with Voldemort back, if Harry doesn't die, they have to kind of go to ground basically. Yeah. Because now, until the Voldemort wins, they're now criminals basically. I love this bit right here. Mm-hmm. That's
I forgot they gave him a forked tongue.
I know. I was always kind of surprised by how kind of manic he was. You know what I mean? I was always expecting him to be kind of this very reserved kind of, but.
Clapping.
I like how it's more of like a schoolyard brawl. Like,
yeah,
you realize that Voldemort is just a bully, basically.
But that's also how he's played in this. I mean, I always kind of pictured this being a little more
proper.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't dislike it. You know?
Oh no,
I mean?
It's different. Yeah, because the way they are kind of, again, I always kind of had a picture of more of a little bit of a temper, but more of like a Darth Vader kind of.
Yeah, he's a little more regal.
Yeah, kind of like. Then again, who knows how he was before? He might be a little fucked up now.
Yeah.
He is a little bit more reserved later on.
Yeah.
Like he just woke up.
Yeah.
But again, if you look at a lot of these kind of crazed people in history, again, I keep saying he's a metaphor for Hitler. Have you look at those old news reels of Hitler when he's giving speeches? He's screaming at the top of his lungs, waving his hands around, just crazily. So it's almost like that's kind of their thing. They're very passionate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry's just like, again, I love it's like Harry facing down the bullies. Look at him. Voldemort and the Death Eaters, and Harry is just like, come at me, bro.
And again, this isn't because Harry's good, it's because they have like the twin wands or whatever, and
yeah. But here's my thing, like,
circumstance.
Would Harry be able to do this the Avada Kedavra curse?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think so.
Because I'm kind of like...
Because you really have... I mean, unless you really, really, really have the intent to kill somebody.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if there was ever anyone Harry would want to kill...
Oh, I know, but...
I'm kind of like... I think if he killed Voldemort right here, that would, be the end of it.
Well, yeah.
But then again, I don't really think it's Harry's nature.
No, that's what I mean.
I love how the ghosts are coming basically to his aid.
Yeah.
And they come out of the wands?
Out of his wand, yeah.
Because those are the wands that took them, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's his real parents there, right?
Yeah.
That's not an illusion. Those are the actual ghosts of his parents.
Yeah, it's like a magical ghost.
See, for Harry, let's see, he's meeting his parents. As weird as that is, he's meeting them right there. That's them. Getting used to that. Oh, again, this part is so heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dumbledore, I think, figures it out right away. Yep. And it's funny. This becomes a point of contention. I know, even in the next stories, because some people don't believe him, right?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that him right there, that guy. People refuse because they even said that what he did was so horrible that it's so frightening to think what it might be from back. They just rather deny it.
Yeah.
That's heart wrenching, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like poor Cedric Diggory died and went to hell, aka the Twilight franchise.
It's terrible.
It is terrible. They put the worst curse on him.
And again, it's like, I love how Hermione is like, where is he taking him?
I know. And I think it's kind of, this whole thing is kind of aptly marked with like, okay, the return of Voldemort is not just he's back. It's his return is marked in blood because that signifies what his existence is. It's death and destruction. So him just coming back already cost the lives of innocent people. You know what I mean? Just for him being alive again, someone innocent died. And so that, what's it going to be like now that he's back? How many innocent people are going to die?
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a sobering reality. Because I think for a lot of people, too, younger people who've never actually run around for Voldemort, they know he's dangerous, but he's also kind of something of the boogeyman a little bit, too. You know what I mean? But now that he's back, and they can see the toll that his existence takes on the world, it's like, okay. To be fair, that could be something he would ask given his former profession. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but still, it's like,
I mean that'd be kind of like his white whale. If his whole thing is to go after dark wizards, it's like, okay, well, who's more dark of a wizard than Voldemort?
on this, I'm like, how is he so careless where he ran out of Polyjuice Potion?
He's been distracted. Then again, maybe he thought by this point he might not need it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep. Just gave himself away right there. When I caught that when he said that, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, now it's like, oh shit. He is desperate.
I know.
Yeah. And it's probably one of the hardest things for Harry, too, because he's realized that
this entire year.
Yeah, he was being lied to. He was being and it wasn't, and again, it wasn't like it was someone that even Dumbledore trusted, and he realized that even Dumbledore could be fooled.
Yeah.
Like, because I think he always kind of felt, too, like, as long as Dumbledore's, they even said before, as long as Dumbledore's there, no one can hurt you. But this happened on Dumbledore's watch. And I also think Dumbledore, you're going to see his personality change a little bit. He's going to become a lot more involved with Harry, because I kind of think he feels guilty because this happened on his watch, He allowed, he feels like he should have caught this. Oh, God, his face.
I know.
Ooh. Look at he just grabs it.
I know.
No.
McGonagall's like, come to mama.
Damn, look at that. We need a safe like that.
I know. Even though I'm kind of like, what's the point of all the different locks?
I think it's to imply like it creates a depth or whatever inside.
No, I don't know. It's enchanted anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Again, he's never met Moody then.
Take that, Snape.
Yeah.
God, he's been missing his eye and his leg this whole time.
I know.
Well, and stuck in a box. That's obviously worse, but that's an SD.
I know. Remember the first two movies when they were all happy and charming? Now we got this shit. It's like, oh, how far we've come.
It's pretty terrifying, though.
Oh, no, I agree. Oh, like for a split second, you saw like the eye was hanging. It was like, or the get the buck back.
I'm like, can somebody restrain him already?
So, because he was gone, all those tattoos kind of faded.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting idea. Like when you see them like fully fletched out again, color wise, that means like it's back.
Well, it's almost like you saw he like put his wand on it and it like called them all. That was kind of what it was.
That tongue like is so unnerving.
I know.
Such a strange tick. Poor Dumbledore. He's like thinking, again, think about this though. This has got to be such a blow to him. And again, I like how they're not hiding behind the name anymore. It's like,
oh, and I love how in the next book and movie you would see that a lot of parents refuse to send their kids there now because Dumbledore is saying that, or if he is back, they're like, oh, we don't want our kids there.
well, yeah, but again, it's one of those things where it's like, if you live in fear, you're giving them more power. That's what they feed on. That's, I mean, that's, that's kind of their greatest strength as they strike fear. But at the end of the day, it's like he's saying, we have to stick together. They're trying to break us up with fear. It sounds maybe a little hokey, but it's how it's been throughout history. It's like, a small group of people can undo, a larger one by just kind of undermining them.
Yeah.
And I like how Dumbledore is basically saying, like, no, now is the time more than ever for us to all remember what these games were even about. You know what I mean? Because that's honestly why we still do them. So to hopefully kind of prevent something like this, kind of this social unrest amongst our community.
Yeah.
Because again, Voldemort's whole thing, it's essentially just racism.
Oh.
That's really what it is. It all comes down to...
Or like classism, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's basically saying, hey, if you're not a pure blood witch or wizard, you don't deserve to live. And if you're a muggle, you are a slave to us. Yeah, see, he feels guilty for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's. Like I said, that's gotta be such a surreal moment because that's he's seen his parent before, but it wasn't them. When it was an illusion, it was a remnant, but it wasn't.
Speak.
Yeah. And for them too, weirdly enough, their spirits. That's the first time they got to meet him. You know what I mean? Their own son. You know, or as a young man, not as a baby.
Kind of funny too because we really don't hear from Sirius much this movie.
Yeah.
I almost said this season.
This season. Hey, these are long. It basically feels like a season.
I know.
But when you get towards the end of the franchise, you kind of realize why. He's been busy this whole time.
She's like, girl, get it.
I know she doesn't end up with him, but I would like to see maybe her, when she's older. Good for you, Ron.
You got 2 kisses.
He's like, God damn. But you know what I mean? I would love to see maybe Hermione having made connections. Because obviously Victor Crumb is kind of a, big deal, so.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that Hermione's connected. Later on in life, again, I definitely like how we got to see some of the other magical schools. I think that was... Nope.
Especially not now.
Nope, now it's really like, alright. Dark days ahead,
Yep.
And she knows it too, that's why I like... Yeah, see, she can feel it. So, this isn't just the end of another madcap, adventurous year.
I'm like, hey, remember how bad it was when he was trying to come back? Now that
he's back. Exactly. Well, basically, the war is back on.
Yeah.
Everything they've been doing up to this has been, trying to prevent the war. Now it's like...
Tell you how shitty my life is with the Dursleys.
Yeah.
Pony.
That's such a beautiful shot. I love this right here.
That just seems like it'd be terrifying, though, in that carriage.
Well, I'm sure it's enchanted on the inside. Unless they're all dying of motion sickness and they're throwing up everywhere. But no, that's
they're drowning.
Jesus. I was gonna say this was a sweet ending, but. But no, I love this shot. This is nice. Nice little fantasy ending shot.
Yeah.
Because now the shit is gonna hit the fan. But yep, that's our commentary for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Which one's next?
Order of the Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah, Order of the Phoenix is next. Yeah, I was getting confused with that one in Half-Blood Prince.
I know. I was having a split second,
but then I remember Half-Blood Prince is when a certain somebody kind of, steps out of the shadows, so to speak. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on our Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix commentary. Until then, peace!
Peace!